I almost wish that they had it programmed in where he would be like, where he would open dialogue with you, where you'd have the option to like either apologize or tell him off or something like
I
that.
mean, that's what I
Yeah,
was looking for.
you bump into him and he look at you, be like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah, I was like, maybe I can. I was like, where's the dialogue? There's no dialogue options. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to shoot this guy now. I have no choice. He dies. Bam! Throw him in the river.
Throw him in the river.
It's the best place to dispose of bodies. They float downstream and then they bounce off of rocks, and it's really peaceful. Like, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bitcast. It's December 28th, 2018, and this is episode 50. Guys, we're only 2 away. Wow.
Snap.
And because apologies for not having a Bitcast last week. There were some insane things going on last week. A lot of busyness. The holiday season came in. My schedule was insane from start of holiday to end of holiday. There was an unexpected death in the family. There was a ton going on. So it just was not feasible to have a Bitcast. But we're back this week. And, of course, I have 2 gentlemen here. Unfortunately, one of the gentlemen had to, the other one that was going to be in studio, went to work. Sad face. But he'll be back later, so we won't worry.
What a loser.
Yeah, we won't worry about that. So, Matt and Cody are joining me today for the Bitcast. And, guys, Christmas is over. It's almost the New Year's.
I just about had a panic attack thinking Christmas was this weekend. I was like, what?
Oh, my God. I don't know if I could do another Christmas this weekend.
My Christmas was pretty good.
My Christmas was filled with so many things that you wouldn't even believe it. But we will, pardon me, and I'm also sick again. So we will save all that fun discussion for our business of the week. But in general, guys, since we've been off a week, how y'all been doing?
You
Yeah.
first, Cody.
I've been okay. Been doing just fine, relaxing, staying up later than I should, sleeping in later than I should.
Streaming
and
a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Yes, I think I'm still beating Matt.
Oh.
Maybe I've been playing other stuff that's slowed me down.
Yeah, I've almost killed all the cultists.
Okay, yeah, if you're saying you've almost killed all of them, then yeah, you're way past me. I'm probably sitting at maybe just over 50%. If I had to guess.
Wow.
The inner ring of cultists, I've only killed 2.
I think I've killed 3 out of the inner ring, maybe 4.
Okay.
I think I've got maybe I've got to have more than 10 cultists left because I don't think I have enough for the last level of the spear.
The last level of the spear requires every single cultist except the final one.
Yeah, I want to say I'm sitting at 11 currently. So I've got 10 left.
Yeah, if you go and look at how many shards you need for that last level of your spear and then count the number of cultists, there's one more cultist than there is shards needed.
Gotcha. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been streaming a lot of that and having a blast and doing some of the side quests and just knocking stuff out. And yesterday I had a gentleman join my Twitch stream for 4 of the 6 hours I was streaming and insinuated that he may or may not currently work for the company that happens to make Assassin's Creed.
What?
So, yeah, he was saying that he works in marketing and PR and Twitch streaming and content creation and stuff like that. And so one of the resources they use is people streaming the game to see feedback and what people think of it.
Cool.
Well, good Lord. Yeah. If he wants, I'll tell you what, if he talks to you,
get me and Curtis in connection.
I was going to say, if he wants to talk to you about Assassin's Creed, we'll make a podcast specifically about Assassin's Creed. I'll just sit here and not do anything. And you 3 can talk about the entire podcast and judge it the entire time.
I could go on for hours.
I was gonna say you could probably fill up about 4 or 5 hours between the three of you.
Oh yeah.
So
I mentioned that I have a friend who's been streaming it as well, and that we share some viewers. And he was like, "Oh, really? What's the friend's name?" So I gave him your Twitch name. He immediately went to your Twitch and was like, "Oh, he's not streaming. He's just hosting you."
Nice.
But yeah, so he may or may not have followed you, and he may or may not pop in next time you stream it.
Cool.
But I did give him your info.
I'll probably stream it sometime in the next 4 days because I've got Monday and Tuesday off.
If I have the time, I think I'm going to try and stream it tomorrow or later tonight if the podcast doesn't go too late.
Hopefully, well, I don't foresee the podcast going too terribly late tonight. But then again, we have all sorts of fun things to talk about. So,
yes, I want to stay in your good graces for tomorrow.
We're recording D&D tomorrow.
Your next 3 rolls are at disadvantage.
It is.
Why?
It is
You
gonna be
won't
good.
shut up.
It's gonna be great, and y'all will all find out why it's gonna be great come January 2nd, when the next episode of Attacking the Darkness is released to the public. That is Wednesday. Look forward to that. You get to see all the escapades leading up to what we're talking about right now. It's really good.
Hopefully
I
YouTube
promise.
doesn't eat 40 minutes of it again.
Unfortunately, it's crazy because I legitimately looked at the video and I was like, "Oh, everything's fine." And then I turn around and look at it again, and it's like, "Where did it go?"
Have you uploaded the next one already?
Yes. January 2nd's release is uploaded, and it is scheduled to go live at 8 in the morning, I believe. So look forward to it, and we're looking forward to recording tomorrow's instance, and hopefully we can get a little bit further along tomorrow.
I want to go back to Zoblobs.
I think I'll wait outside.
Yeah, you've kind of made a little bit of a friend there.
I'm pretty sure I could win him over.
I can't wait to see how that develops. I have to remember that, and I have because of notes. Yay, D&D. All right, Cody, why don't you go ahead and continue on into the business that you've been doing for the week? Actually, for the past couple of weeks, because Christmas.
Yeah. Well, holidays pretty much. Christmas and Thanksgiving and spending time with friends, watching all sorts of movies. I've really caught up on movies lately.
Ooh.
I watched Bird Box, which just after I watched it went crazy on social media. And I don't understand what all the hype is about.
I don't know.
Like, after watching the movie, it should not be as crazy as everyone is, begging everyone to watch it. Like, it wasn't that good, in my opinion.
I've heard not so positive things about it.
That was roughly, I think Cappy saw it, and I think that was roughly her experience with it too. It was just kind of like,
Yeah. Like, really interesting premise, really bizarre execution. It I guess in accordance with that, I also watched The Quiet Place afterward. And The Quiet Place, I'm not going to give you any spoilers.
Okay. I want to watch that. I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
That one I enjoyed a lot more, but it was kind of along the same premise. They just executed it better. And so for those of you who have seen The Quiet Place and Bird Box, maybe you kind of get what I'm saying, but I enjoyed The Quiet Place a lot more than Bird Box. I watched The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
I'd never seen before.
That's such a good movie. Please tell me you've seen Fifth Element. Jesus.
It has been a long time, but I have.
Okay.
Multipass.
Yes.
Multipass.
But yes, Big Lebowski is amazing.
I did not know what to think about that movie. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, what am I expecting next? And it's just like something else crazy happens.
My favorite scene, I have two of my favorite scenes in that movie, but my favorite scene is when he's setting up the chair in front of the door and nailing the board down, and you think to yourself, oh my god, this guy's a freaking genius. And then the other scene I really love is at the end when they go to the cliff and he shakes the coffee thing and it just goes into the dude's face.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh no. You just cringe the whole time.
Yep. And one of my the obvious favorite line that I have for that is just, "Let's go bowling."
Nobody messes with the Jesus. He's polishing his balls.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh wow.
A weird
is the
movie.
hell?
And well, we have that on camera now.
Too bad there's not a green screen right there, right?
Hey Matt, can you set it up?
Yeah. The wonders of editing video.
Yeah, but that was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it, but was also a little like I heard so much, I guess, hype about it, and then after watching it, I was like, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this movie after everyone was like, "Oh, this movie is genius and it's so good." Like I felt like I was missing something. I really enjoyed it, and I would totally watch it again. But at the same time, I was like, I feel like there's something missing.
No, you didn't miss anything. It's like when Cappy showed me Dazed and Confused for the first time. And after I watched it, I looked at her and I was all like, huh. So that was a movie. And it was all like, was it good? It wasn't bad. It's one of those weird experiences where you're like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Or like or kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's like you either really like it or you don't like it. And there's not much of a gray area with that movie.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I was all like, I'm glad I watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't really see myself ever seeing it again. I think I'm good.
Yep. Yeah, that is a great way to put it.
It's one of those.
I feel like the movie Heathers, if you've ever seen that, kind of falls into that too.
I think I have.
Yeah, that
maybe I'm thinking of Ginger Snap.
I don't know. I know I haven't seen that one, but so aside from all those movies, let's see, what else have I done? A lot of Assassin's Creed, as I said, so much so that I think I have actually passed Matt. Last time I checked, I think I was like level 45 or 46.
I'm still higher level than you.
Okay.
But I think you're past me on actual story progression.
Have you gone to Laconia yet?
I just went there and did a little Laconia stuff, yeah.
I am definitely past you then.
Okay.
I wouldn't say too much further past you, like maybe 2 or 3 hours, because I've been now running around doing all the side quests that I didn't do beforehand and killing cultists.
Gotcha.
But I am definitely past you.
Have you done the arena?
All but the last guy, because I'm too low level.
I've done the last guy.
Okay. Yeah, the arena I'm enjoying, and after defeating I guess it's the 4th person before the level 50, I'm curious how this is going to play out. Because of that cutscene with the guy at the end, and he's just kind of staring at you, and I'm like, I don't like this. But let's see. In respect to Christmas, good Christmas, went and saw Aquaman as well with my family.
No.
And I will say this, DC is getting better with their movie telling. Wonder Woman, I think, was still better than Aquaman. The script was a little awkward. The action and visuals were a lot of fun. And the movie was overall enjoyable. It wasn't one that I was like, oh, God, I wish I hadn't seen that. But it was one of those that was kind of like...
Answer me this. Was it one of those situations where you watched Jason Momoa and you were like, he did a really amazing job? It was just the problems were elsewhere in the script? Or was it like the actor was a little eh?
I think he did a good job as Aquaman. He kind of reminded me a little bit of Thor, but without the god complex. He wasn't cocky. He was a very I was going to say humid, humble.
He's very moist.
He is very moist. He was a very humble hero, which I think I enjoyed a lot. But it was definitely kind of like some of the pacing and some of the writing for it was a little strange. Like, overall, it was a good movie. If you don't think about it too much and you just kind of follow along, you're like, yeah, okay, that was a pretty good ride. But
For some reason I always pictured him more of a Namor than a Aquaman, but I guess that's because I always pictured Namor as being physically larger than Aquaman.
I gotta look up who Namor is.
He's the Marvel equivalent.
Now, see, with DC movies, if you shut your brain off, then you're okay. If you don't think about things when you're watching a DC movie, like Batman versus Superman.
Haven't seen that yet.
If you've seen TJ's Twitter feed when he was watching Batman versus Superman, you've seen the movie. TJ had the problem where he couldn't turn his brain off while watching the movie. If you can turn your brain off, then you can go, ooh, and then enjoy it. The problem is 99% of the folks who watch that movie are going to sit there and go, what?
Yeah.
There's no way to just turn it off. Oh God, I was dancing around it, but thanks, yeah, Martha.
This
it just doesn't make sense.
Well, now I gotta go see it. But
you have
overall, I think Aquaman did decent. I enjoyed. Not really spoilers. They touched on a little bit of origin, but they covered it in about 5 to 10 minutes. They did not up like the majority of the movie. It was kind of like, here it is. This kind of explains it. We'll move on. And then they kind of dealt with the rest in flashbacks kind of throughout it, like very tiny ones. So it wasn't like, Spider-Man where they're like, here's the first hour of the movie, or, any of the other ones. It was kind of like, here it is. All right, let's move on to what you're really here for. So I enjoyed that.
That's the one thing I have to give the newest Spider-Man. What was it? Homecoming?
Yeah.
Haven't seen
credit
that
for
either.
is I haven't seen it either, but I heard that basically they were just like, we're not going to do the origin story at all because everybody knows who the fuck Spider-Man is and how it happened. So we're just going to, who Spider-Man is. This kid's Spider-Man. Let's go with the movie now.
Homecoming.
And I was all like,
Homecoming.
All right, cool.
Homecoming is legit good. Very much so.
Yeah, I've got to watch that. I've got a lot of movies that I have to catch up on. I also recently rewatched Infinity War.
Ooh.
So I feel like no spoilers. I just feel like I'm prepared for the next movie now. Although I have to see I want to see Homecoming before then, and then I'll have to see Captain Marvel as well.
Yes.
I still haven't seen anything past Thor 2, Iron Man 2.
Oh man, you've got a ways to go.
I think a lot of the movies are on Netflix now.
Most of them are, yeah. I saw the first Avengers, and then nothing after that. So like Iron Man 3, I didn't see that. Thor 3, and neither of the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Oh no! Oh, you got okay. If anything,
none of the new X-Men's.
Watch.
I don't think any of the new
X-Men's
have
don't
any
matter.
correlation.
No, but they're still good.
Yeah, they're still.
Yeah.
Guardian.
None of the Deadpools.
Oh, I feel sorry for you, man. You gotta watch. You gotta watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. You gotta watch Deadpool 1 and 2. You can probably skim through Iron Man 3. It's not gonna hurt your feelings. But oh my gosh, has anybody watched Venom yet?
No.
Oh, I watched it this weekend.
How did Sony do on that?
Sony did really well. I was surprised. I enjoyed every minute of Venom. I didn't
think Sony owned.
They own
Venom.
They own the Spider-Man franchise, or the rights to produce the movies. Well, yeah, they own the rights.
I thought they had given them rights to certain Spider-Man villains, but not the entire catalog.
They have.
I guess they gave them the whole catalog.
They have the entire Spider-Man rights for movies. Marvel has borrowed it for the Spider-Man, and then Sony, in coordination with Marvel, made Venom, which, therefore, it did not suck. It was Sony, but they got some of those Marvel writers. They did a really good job. I loved the portrayal of Venom in it.
Good.
good. Now I gotta go see Venom.
It's worth it, in my opinion. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, I feel like I've been working on D&D homebrew stuff, which I'm excited to share with you once I kind of get it more fleshed out. I am creating my own path for one of my players as a barbarian. And it is probably the most challenging thing I have done aside from trying to write a campaign. Because, and thankfully, none of my players will probably listen to this. Well, Steven might.
Best not to.
What's that?
Best not to share if
Yeah.
if there's a chance. Share with Daniel after the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share with me after.
I'll just throw it in here for you guys to look at later. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I've got a lot of people looking at it, including some relatively well-known DMs from like Twitch and Twitter. I tagged a whole bunch of people: Matt Mercer, Matt Colville, Grant Ellis, Stephen Lumpkin, and I think Eric Vulgaris, who works on Roll20, all to see if any of them would be interested in looking it over. And Grant Ellis, who is an amazing person, was like, "Heck yeah, man! I'll have time Sunday. Send it to me." So I went ahead and emailed it to him.
Very cool.
Yeah. So much love and respect to those other DMs out there who are willing to help anyone, come up and work with something.
I have another guy you could probably send it to.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll go find him.
Ooh, sweet. Is he on Twitter? I'll tweet him.
I don't know, man. Hold on.
Continue
Continue your thing. I'll look it up.
But yeah, aside from that, I was going off on a tangent about Christmas because I was going to say that I got the Curse of Strahd.
I saw that.
Yeah. So that might be a thing that I end up running one day, and that would probably be fun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who I would run it with at this point, but I would run it with someone.
I'd totally be down to play if I could. I'd find time somewhere. I want to be a player. That's all. I'm like, I gotta play this.
For me at this point, I know that I'm thankful that I have your game to be a player in, and then maybe another game soon. But I know I'm like reaching my limit on ability here, especially with school starting up in a couple of weeks. Start up on the 14th again, and then I'll be almost done, and then I've got to start looking for jobs.
Yep. Enter the workforce.
Which I'm okay with. I would rather spend 40 hours a week working at a job than 20 hours a week working a job and then 40 hours a week doing school. And
yep. You'd rather get paid for it than not.
Yep. I'd rather get paid than be paying.
Yep, that's true.
And the things that I intend to do once I get a job and stop school, I really want to get my crafty DM on, and I want to try and get into like miniature painting and building terrain and stuff like that. So I may end up dropping a couple $100 on some of that as investment for crafting stuff. Woo! And if I can get it to work, I will probably stream it too, because I think that would be fun. But I think that about does it for my my business.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll into my business right now since Matt's still looking for...
No.
What?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? All right. Well, then talk about your business, Matt.
Dude. So, my Christmas was pretty good. It was relatively relaxed, the way I prefer it. I played some Assassin's Creed. Not as much because we have been playing a metric butt ton of Mass Effect with Cappy. Cappy has completed Mass Effect 2, as a matter of fact.
I was going to say, you have to be like close to finishing that.
I was wondering when you started Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3 has already begun. We have not transitioned Mass Effect 3. Actually, the last 2 episodes of Mass Effect 2 are going up tonight on YouTube. So Mass Effect 3 will probably be starting tomorrow. and we've been playing a lot of that because at the end of Mass Effect 2, Cappy was very like, oh, let's go. And so we just kind of rolled immediately into Mass Effect 3 and have kept going. So it's great for me because I love the series, and it's great for her because she's loving the series. So that's going awesomely. And then over the holidays, after some persistent suggesting by her and a couple of others, I have started watching Death Note.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Netflix or the original anime?
The one that's on Netflix, I don't know, the 37 episode one.
It's the
Okay,
anime.
sorry, the
It's
anime.
not. It's not the live action.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. I don't know what to tell you.
Are the people live or are the people animated?
It's anime.
Then you have anime, which
Yeah, I was.
yes.
Did I not? Did I not say anime?
Well, there's a
didn't.
live action version.
No, I know there's a live action one. I just thought I had specified. That's okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a little over a third of the way through that series.
Very nice.
I think it's 37 episodes, and we just watched episode 18. So I am addicted. This show is pretty fucking hype.
Y'all got me
So,
light.
I'm pretty stoked.
Maybe I should pick this up soon.
It's really good. Have you not seen it?
Nope.
You've never seen Death Note?
Mm-mm.
It'll come with my recommendation now, and I haven't even finished it.
And as someone who I don't think has watched or watches anime on a regular basis,
I don't watch it as much as like anime heads watch it.
mm-hmm.
I watch 1 or 2 anime a year, if that.
Have you ever seen Cowboy Bebop?
No.
That's a good one.
I watched a lot of Robotech growing up, and I watched Attack on Titan. I've seen almost every Miyazaki film, with like 1 or 2 exceptions.
Good choices.
I've seen Grave of the Fireflies.
Never heard of that. That sounds awesome though.
It's hyper depressive. Like, imagine the most depressing movie you've ever seen. Have you ever seen what was that super depressing Robin Williams movie?
Patch Adams?
Oh, have you ever seen What Dreams May Come?
No, is that on Netflix?
Probably. It is like the most depressing Robin Williams movie ever. Grave of the Fireflies is more depressing than that. It's so depressing.
It's not on Netflix.
Don't watch What Dreams May Come unless you really want to be depressed for like another 3 or 4 days afterwards.
Look, man, I'm always depressed, so bring it on.
It's an amazing movie. It's great, but it's one of those movies that you'll watch once and then you'll probably never watch ever again because you're like, I never want to experience that a second time.
I will probably end up having to show it to someone else.
Anyway,
Wow.
basically, it's been a lot of Mass Effect and a lot of catching up on. I've been catching up on the first campaign of Critical Role.
Ooh,
Nice choice.
What do you think of that so far?
It's good. I like it. I know that one of the actors leaves the show, and I'm cool with that because he doesn't seem to have the same style of D&D as everybody else.
Have you reached that point yet?
No.
Do you know why?
I have a vague idea of why, yes. And I want to leave it at that. I'll say that much. Because I don't want to bring it up and I don't want to converse about it. But
I wasn't going to bring it up here.
Okay. You said you were on episode 19 of the first season.
yes.
Okay. So you're at Trial of the Take Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't occur. Him leaving the show apparently doesn't occur till like 27 or 28.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. I was just kind of curious where you were at right now, and I took a look. I was like, oh yeah, this is a good. What you're watching right now, really good.
Oh, you have to tell me. I know. I'm caught up on campaign too, so I mean, it's not like it's a new experience for me.
What did you say, Daniel?
Trial of the Take at the Slayer's Take in Vasselheim.
There already?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was it's pretty quick into the series.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I think in episode 1 the characters start at like level 9.
they
Yeah,
were
I just thought that they were
7 and they
in the
were at
Underdark for a
Craghammer.
longer time.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, it's and I've also been leveling up some new WoW characters just because in my downtime where it's like I'm watching Critical Role on one monitor and I want to do something else, I've just been leveling up characters. So that's been fun.
Very cool.
Oh, no, that comes later. Never mind.
That comes later. Okay.
That's in news.
Oh,
any rogues yet?
Yes, I started one.
How do you like the rogue?
I've played him for about an hour.
Okay.
So
I'll
I have no
check
opinion.
back with you.
I took a rogue to level 20 in World of Warcraft.
Well, I'm 21, but that's not fair because the race I chose starts at level 20.
Oh, I took it.
Oh, are you like one of the Void Elves or Nightborn or something?
The Maghar orcs.
Sorry, though.
Maghar orc. The dark-skinned orcs instead of green.
Oh, and they're an allied race?
Yeah. They're the first allied race in Battle for Azeroth.
Oh, not an alliance race, but okay.
Allied. Yeah, difference.
Could have picked a different word.
Yeah, they could have, in all fairness.
So they're brown skinned instead of green skinned?
They vary. They vary from like orangey skin to black.
Okay, but they are essentially the uncorrupted skinning of the orcs.
They're the orcs from the Outland.
Right. Interesting. I kind of like that. That's neat that they brought them in because you basically met them in what was it, Nagrand?
Yeah. You interface with them in the Outlands, and then in the Warlords of Draenor expansion, you interface with them a lot.
That's pretty cool. That is really cool. Sometimes I want to get back into playing WoW, and then I remember that it's $15 a month.
Actually, didn't they take away the monthly subscription now?
Only to level 20.
Oh,
It's free from 1 to 20.
but you can use gold to pay for your subscription.
You can use in-game currency to pay for your subscription.
How much gold are you required to have?
Isn't it like 15,000?
No, it's more. It's way more than that.
All right.
I think it's up to like 40,000 now.
How hard is it to get that much gold?
If you have a couple of if you have like 120 and you just do gold farming, you can get that in a month.
Because I should be able to hopefully recover my old World of Warcraft account, which had my main on it that was level 80. I'd have to power level them up to get to 120 to be able to do any dailies.
In the most recent patch, 80 to 120 would probably take you a few days.
Oh.
It's not
I were-
long.
That's
If I
not
were
long.
able to dedicate time to it.
No. You don't even need to dedicate time. Like, I leveled a paladin from 1 to about 90 in like a week. And that's with working full time and streaming with Cappy. It's ridiculously fast.
My God, things have
Yeah.
changed.
Well, their most recent patch reduced the experience requirement to level up by, I think from like 60 to 68, it's reduced by like 33%.
Oh wow!
So for a while, until I hit about level 80, I was leveling about every 15 minutes.
Wow,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's a lot different.
If you actually had like a weekend off and you played like 6 to 8 hours on Saturday and 6 to 8 hours on Sunday, you could go from like 1 to 80.
Jeez.
If you just sat there and focused and was just like, yeah, you could grind up real fast.
That's really sad to me for one reason and one reason alone, because I know a lot of people end up doing that, but that also means that they pay no attention to any story.
That's why I start new characters so often, is because I get to the point where I'm like, well, I've missed all these zones. I haven't done anything in all these zones and experienced the content. So I'll start a new character and level them up and go to a different zone area so I can get more story.
Gotcha. That's clever.
That's what I'm doing. That's also why I'm starting a rogue. Is I'm making a list of all the zones I haven't completed all the quests in, and I'm going through those zones as I level.
Gotcha. Well, I am almost tempted to try it out, but I would have to buy all the expansions, wouldn't I? Or would I just have to buy the latest one to unlock all the previous ones?
No, the base game includes every expansion except the most recent.
So if I have purchased already up to Wrath of the Lich King, would
If
I
you pay,
automatically?
if you pay for 1 month subscription, you will get every expansion up to Legion, including Legion.
Wow.
You just would not get Battle for Azeroth. You have to pay for Battle for Azeroth.
All right. Interesting. Why are we doing this? I can't talk about this.
Hey, Cody,
Yeah.
you and I can have a short conversation after the stream. I can tell you what server everybody plays on.
I'd have to pay for a transfer, I'm sure.
Actually,
if my account's been deactivated for so long, maybe not.
if you contact Blizzard and tell them you're really interested in getting back in, tell them that you're really excited, actually say, I'm really excited for Battle for Azeroth, but I want to switch to a different server to play with my friends, they might give you a transfer for free.
Blizzard is kind of super cool about that.
When I tried to get back into it and I had to open a ticket because my characters were locked, they gave me like 45 days of free game time. Because they were like, hey man, you're really cool and you haven't played in like 6 years. Here's like 45 days of game time just to play.
I remember when I contacted Blizzard, I was trying to get my World of Warcraft account back. It had been hacked by some Chinese people, and all my characters were deleted, and it was gone. But at the time, Blizzard's like, we got your account back, but it's locked. And I was like, that's cool. And then when I wanted to get Lady Leadrin for Hearthstone, I was like, I have to play up until level 20. And this was 2 years ago. I was like, I've got to take a character to level 20 to get this Hearthstone hero. I said, okay. Contacted Blizzard. Unlocked my game really quick for me. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. Glad you're playing Hearthstone. Here, go enjoy this. They just super quick.
All right. Maybe once I finish college and I've got a little more free time on my hands.
There's never free time. Just warning
Look,
you.
I intend to make free time for myself because when I worked at the optometry office, they literally sucked all my free time because 1, we were understaffed, 2, I was a manager, and 3, they abused me for all my work ethics. So I worked at least 45 or 50 hours a week, most likely. Midday too. It's not like I had a morning to afternoon shift and could spend my evening doing whatever I wanted. It was always like come in at 9 and work until 7.
So what's your business like, Daniel?
Oh, it has been an exciting 2 weeks, let me tell you. Let's kick things off with some fun and interesting things. Wedding venue has been decided upon.
Awesome.
So
That's good.
We're slowly getting things put together now, and we have a date. It's going to be in April, is when the wedding is going to take place. So,
congrats!
Very, very excited about that. And as we rolled into the Christmas holiday, super, super sad. I'm not going to discuss this in great lengths, but we had an unexpected death in the family. So it was a little challenging time for around Christmas for the family. I ended up doing Christmas with my parents, going to a funeral, spending Christmas with my new extended family from Holly's side of the family, and then spending Christmas with Holly's immediate family. So it was an incredibly busy weekend, which is why I don't need that knee. Which is why there was no podcast last week. There was just no time. We were literally driving all over creation. And fortunately, Holly's family helped out, and we were able to stay overnight while we were out of town instead of having to drive back and forth in and out of town, which made things easier very much.
That's nice of them.
So, outside of that, I did actually play a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow.
I know. I played a video game. I was surprised myself.
Daniel, are you feeling okay?
No. I sat down and I just decided I was just going to ride around on my horse, not really do any missions, but kind of experience what the game is worth. And some of the random stuff that come across my plate when I was playing was I was out riding next to a river, and there was a dude who was fishing. And I'm sorry. Well, there's a dude that was fishing. He didn't want to talk to me. There's the dude throwing rocks, lamenting his lost love, which I was sure that as soon as I left, this dude was going to go leave and go find and kill her, but I didn't want to follow him. And I found a dude hunting ducks. And I was like, okay, this is neat. And I ride up next to the dude, and I try to stop my horse, and my horse didn't want to stop in time. So I accidentally bump him with my horse, and I was like, oh, no. Start to get off my horse, and the dude starts shooting me. He just open fires and starts blasting me. So, of course, I do what anybody else is going to do. Turn my gun on him, blast him, loot his body, and then it says, witnesses have seen. I was like,
the ducks.
I was like, oh no. So I pick his body up, I throw it in the river, and he goes downstream, and nothing comes of it. I got rid of the body fast enough. And I was like, all right, good. Get back on my horse, ride around a little bit more, ford the river with my horse, get to the other side. And all of a sudden, I hear a woman cry out. She's like, help me, help me. I turn and look, and here comes the guy with a woman tied up on the back of her horse, on the back of his horse, just running by me. So I shoot the dude in the head, cut the woman free. She steals the horse, and she rides off after thanking me. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Loot the guy's body. I start carrying the guy's body. Then the thing popped up and said, murder witnessed. And I was like, oh, whoops. And then here comes this wagon with two guys on it, and they've seen me kill this dude. So I throw the body in the river again. And instead of chasing down the wagon and killing these guys, I let them go. But I ride off and I go hide and let the heat cool down. So I got to experience some of the mechanics and some of the open world excitement that Red Dead had, and it was actually really nice. It felt really good. So I just need to learn how to slow my horse down a little bit so I don't run over people. That seems to be my problem.
Or maybe not ride directly at them.
Well, I wouldn't.
Maybe ride off to the side of him a little.
Look, I wasn't riding directly at him. I was trying to ride off to the right of him. But when I was trying to whoa my horse goes left and then just walks and plows right into this dude. And I'm like, no. And then I think, it's an overreaction for the guy who was hunting ducks to just open fire on me. I'm like, come on now. I just accidentally ran over you, not shot you.
AI had an overreaction in a Rockstar game? That doesn't sound right.
He was using a shotgun too, wasn't he?
No, the dude pulled out his little cattleman pistol. It was like, pop, 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 pop. I was like, come on now.
I almost wish that they had it programmed in where he would be like, where he would open dialogue with you, where you'd have the option to like either apologize or tell him off or something like that.
I mean, that's what I was looking for.
You bump into him and he look at you, be like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah, I was like, maybe I can. I was like, "Where's the dialogue?" There's no dialogue options. I was like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna shoot this guy now. I have no choice. He dies. Bam! Throw him in the river."
Throw him in the river.
It's the best place to dispose of bodies. They float downstream and then they bounce off of rocks, and it's really peaceful. Like,
oh my god!
Welcome to Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's great, and it's really peaceful. I love the way you said it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it a lot. I need to go back and I need to finish I need to finish Spider-Man and Red Dead. But I also, in my infinite wisdom, went ahead and picked up Super Smash Brothers Ultimate because I can't help myself and I wanted the game. So I now have Smash. I have Smash. Now I've got to play Smash.
Another game that I will never win the arena in.
That's true. I need to actually set up to at some point to where we can do Smash. Well, we can't really play Smash. I have to get some local. I have to get the local set up. Maybe while we were at PAX, we can do some Smash.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
Let me smash.
You want to Smash?
I want to smash.
We'll smash. We'll smash.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, get in on a little bit of this action.
You want to smash, Cody?
Smash you all day, Matt.
I'll let you smash.
Oh goodness. And probably one of the things that because I'm a computer geek and I love all things computer oriented. I bought a NAS finally.
How big?
What?
It is it's 1 second. It's going to be a 4 terabyte RAID right now. But I will expand it in the future. 4 terabytes is going to be plenty for what I need at the moment, but a NAS is a network attached storage. This particular NAS is going to let you guys be able to connect and retrieve files and upload files and all that good stuff.
Remote desktop is awesome.
No, FTP functionality, right?
Yep, FTP, baby. This is going to be great. So now you don't have to worry about Google Drive anymore.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Use this, Cody. I'll send you this.
This is it is one of the things that I have been working towards, and I finally got the opportunity to purchase the NAS. I just got it today. Amazon, hooray for their 1-day shipping. I literally ordered it 10 o'clock last night, and it was at my door when I got home at 5 o'clock today.
Nice.
I was like, this is ridiculous. Thank you, Amazon. Now I can set up my NAS. So
It's RAID 5, right?
Yes.
Good.
So I am very excited. I still have a lot of work to get it set up and get it attached and then build some file structures, but it does support virtual machines, and it also supports in-home cameras, IP cameras. So it's crazy. I was like, wow. It's like, this is going to be great. So I'm very stoked about that.
Yeah, you sound like it.
Oh yeah. I can't help myself. I'm just coughing with delight. Allergies. Apparently this is allergies. I don't know. I don't see how, but it's allergies. Let's
thought about allergy immunotherapy? That's really nice.
Yeah, that's also really expensive.
Yeah, that's fair. It probably
Have you gotten allergy tested?
That's really expensive too. Yes, it is.
You have health insurance, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't cover jack. Welcome to the U.S.
I have health insurance from the U.S. and mine covered mine for just $50.
Yeah, well,
$50.
You have better insurance than I do. I have crop insurance. They don't care. Scratch test for all allergies is $756. That's just the test. Then to create a serum for 1 year worth of vaccinations is $1,000. Then it's $13 for every shot afterwards for a week for a year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's crazy expensive.
I'm very glad I have insurance because I think I paid a one-time fee of like, I think it was $300 or something for a year, and I take all my shots at home.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. What the hell are you guys allergic to? Because I didn't need shots at all.
Would you like me to tell you?
Not really, I guess.
I
Because
have.
I went and got the scratch test for $50 that covered everything. It was like 80 points all over my arms. And then they determined I was allergic to something that they gave me a nose spray for. And then like a year and a half after they gave me that nose spray went for sale over the counter. So now I buy it at Sam's Club.
Nice.
It's
I
unfortunately when you have terrible insurance, your options are super limited. So
That sucks. dude.
my option is I'm gonna live with it.
Yay.
So
thankfully my allergies aren't as bad as Daniel's. But they were enough to warrant going to get allergy tested to try and get it to stop.
I'm allergic to
Because
grass.
the only grass I'm allergic to is Johnson grass.
I'm allergic to all grass.
I'm also allergic to like half of the trees that we have in the US.
Me too.
Nice.
Probably.
I'm not allergic. I'm lucky then. I'm not allergic to any grass or trees or plants or food.
I'm also allergic to cats and dogs.
Oh, coconuts.
Cats and dogs. That's rough.
Yeah. It's not that bad, but I've begun noticing it now. Like when my dogs lick me, I'm like, oh, so that's why I have trouble breathing or I scratch my nose more often or something like that. So when we get to PAX, just know my EpiPens are in my backpack.
Well,
I need them.
In addition, I'm going to be the medical station for our group. I'm going to carry. I have a backpack, and I'm going to stock it with like standard meds, like
Nurse Matt,
like ibuprofen and Excedrin and Aleve and Band-Aids and shit like that.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
So if you injure yourself or get a headache or something, you can come find me. I will be your drug dealer.
You got any extra love in that fanny pack of yours?
If you let me smash.
What I smash. Let's see. Outside of that, I think really that kind of covers it. I mean, it was a really good Christmas. I enjoyed getting to spend time with my family, and then getting to spend time with my new family, and all in all, it was great. And now this is the last podcast of the year, so
holy crap! It is the last podcast of the year.
It is the last podcast of the year.
Wait, we never did our conclusion to the video game awards, did we?
What do you mean? We discussed what our game of the years were. We covered it all. Where were you at?
We did game of the year.
Yeah, but did we do the conclusion, like what actually won?
Yeah. Where were you? Were you asleep?
We did that. We did our group's overall pick.
Yes, we did the channel
for game of the year.
Yeah, we had a tie with Assassin's Creed and God of War.
For some reason, I thought that there was going to be a follow-up with it where we were like, yeah, it turns out these were our predictions or something like that. I don't know why.
Oh, no.
No, I think you're crazy.
I think I am crazy.
Cody had too much grass.
I probably had too much alcohol. I don't remember, because that was when Melissa was over, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a super busy week for me.
Gurgle, 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 gurgle. Man, orange mules are great.
Sangria and spiked punch.
Woo!
Fruity, barely tasty alcohol, hits you hard later on when you have like 4 cups.
Those are the dangerous ones right there.
Yeah, but they're so good.
All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and move on into the news for the week. If you want, I can go ahead and kick things off.
Let's do it.
Something that
more time to look.
Something that I am enjoying right now, just because I hate Fortnite so much. Backpack Kid is also suing Epic over a dance in Fortnite. Now, granted,
the floss, right?
The floss. This kid, he didn't invent this dance. There's videos of it prior to existing, even all the way back in 2012 for this video. So this isn't the kid's dance, but he's known for it because he exploded in viral video. Which I don't care. As long as somebody's just suing Epic over Fortnite, I'm happy. I'm just
Not gonna win.
he's not going to win at all, but anybody who's suing over these dances are going to win. But
I can see Carlton winning his.
that's true.
And maybe the other rapper that had a dance that they took. I don't remember his name, but
I'm just enjoying the fact that Epic's getting sued over all these emote dances, mainly because I hate Fortnite. I hate Fortnite.
I see
so
that
much.
news right here.
So, hooray! Continue to sue Epic over this stuff. It's funny, and I like a good laugh. Hey, remember when we talked about the PlayStation Classic?
Yeah.
I saw this.
Hey, remember when it was launching? It was $99. By the way, I did not buy one. I canceled my pre-order on this. When I found for the rest of the game titles, I canceled it. I was like, this is bullshit. Now, the PlayStation Classic is only $59.99. It seems that Sony had made way too many, and boy, they are having to put it on sale. And that is amazing.
It's a combination of making too many and not putting enough quality games on there.
Well, that's true. Well, they also just did a shit job. Just took an off-the-shelf emulator instead of actually putting some work into it using their own equipment.
I think they thought the people that were going out to buy these things were not the same people that were doing like home emulation. And they're actually mistaken. It's the exact same group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
like 85% of your sales are coming from that specific market.
Exactly.
I would rather have a console than have to emulate it, but I want the console to actually work.
Yeah. It's not actually a console. It's a box in the shape of a console with Raspberry Pi running a really bad emulator.
Yep.
That's all it is.
That is the God's honest truth right there.
So bad. Whereas like the SNES and NES versions were actually like just miniaturized versions of their console.
Yeah, and Nintendo actually did some work behind the scenes with their emulator. Now, granted, they used their emulation software. They just ripped their games from the internet.
Yeah.
they didn't, instead of just taking their own games that they had already made, they just took the NES files from the internet and said, here we go, just use these. Good job, Nintendo.
And then they shut down the web pages they took them from.
Yeah, they're like, ha! We are taunting you with this. You can't. So,
like, wait, you can't give this out for free. We need to sell this.
Yes. Good old Nintendo. But PlayStation Classic, $59.99. It's still overpriced. I'll wait till it drops to about like $29.99. Then I think that'd be worth it. There's a couple of games in there that make it worth at least $29.99. Lastly, for me, something that I'm super excited about, One Punch Man is getting its second season finally. This is anime related, people, so hold up now. There is a new trailer that was released, I think 2 days ago. Yes. 2 days ago, they put a new trailer up in One Punch Man. The studio that made the first season is not making the second season. Let's see here. Madhouse is who it was. I'm sorry, I had to look it up right quick. Madhouse, who made Death Note. Speak of the Death Note.
Oh, who made Death? Okay.
Yeah, they were the ones who made the first season. JC Staff is doing the second season, which, from the trailer that they have, it's kind of okay. I haven't seen any action shots yet, so we'll see how the action shots are handled later on. But that is coming April 2019, so hooray, I am ready for it. Give me One Punch Man. I've been missing that one for a while.
Still have to watch that.
Oh, come on now. You got to get...
I've seen the first episode.
That's it?
Yep.
I watch too much anime, apparently.
Yeah, you and Mike both.
I can't help it. I just like watching anime.
I have been watching a lot of anime, or had been watching a lot of anime recently. I watched the entire season or series of the Seven Deadly Sins. That was the last one that I
As
watched.
long as you stopped at the first season, then everything was okay.
I wish I had.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I did. I watched like the first 5 episodes of season 2, and we were just like, no. Season 1's a good ending spot for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I will say, Goblin Hunter is still going strong and good. Or Goblin Slayer. Pardon me.
Poor Daniel.
I'm dying here. I go to correct myself, and I'm sorry. Goblin Slayer is getting it got really good, and here's an interesting one. That if you just kind of like a little bit of a slice of life, it is, I believe it's pronounced Sarun. It is about Japanese archery. It's a little interesting. I've been watching it. Slice of life stuff.
Japanese version of reality TV.
No, not reality TV. Slice of life. No. See, outside of that, that's all I've got really for the news this week. Who wants to pop up next? Matt?
I'll go next.
Matt seems super excited.
So y'all know my love with Telltale Games and what they made and stuff like that.
Yes.
There goes my news.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. I couldn't find what else I had. So.
Walking Dead's final season will be completed by Epic Games, and the last 2 episodes of that season will be released on Epic Games' digital distribution platform.
Oh, joy.
They stated that if you want to buy the season as a whole, you're going to have to buy it through their distribution platform. However, if you have already purchased episodes 1 and 2 of the final season, episodes 3 and 4 will be made available elsewhere, so that if you already own them, you can purchase the remainders on your existing platform. But if you have not purchased the first 2 episodes, they will only be available on Epic now.
Gee, thanks, Epic.
So at least, Epic's doing the thing of like, this lives here. So if you want it, you got to come get it here. But at least they're doing the cool thing of like, if you've already started buying it, we'll go ahead and let you finish your collection there, which is, I don't like the fact that they're hoarding it at their own location, because I don't really like the fact that anybody does that. But I understand it from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they're at least doing the cool thing of saying like, if you bought the first 2 on Steam, for example, we'll let you buy 3 and 4 on Steam. But if you haven't bought 1 and 2 yet, now you can't get them. So basically, they removed it from Steam, and now the requirement for buying episodes 3 and 4 is that you own 1 and 2. So it's an interesting step, but I understand why they're doing it, and I think it's dumb, but if you look at it from a business point of view, it's smart.
Oh yeah.
From a gamer's point of view, it's a dick move.
Oh, exactly.
But I also can't give them that hard of a time about it.
I don't know. I hate that everyone is coming out with their own store platform.
While
Blizzard, I can understand, mainly because they have a lot of very popular IPs that they've never really released, except for, I think, Diablo, on another platform. That's fine. But when it comes to all these other people who are like, we now have our own game platform where you can buy all your games.
Here's the thing. That in and of itself is technically an invalid argument, because all of Valve's games are only on Steam. All of Epic's games from now on will only be available on Epic. So if you say that Blizzard is totally fine by releasing their own developed games on their own platform, then logically speaking, it's technically okay for every other developer to do the exact same thing. So that argument, in theory, is technically flawed.
You are very right, but I guess it comes from the fact that there was a point in time where basically everyone else, except for Blizzard, which you just bought their stuff off of, from discs, and when you launched it, kind of Battle.net was partway there integrated into it, but not really until a couple years ago. Everything else was on Steam, and no one else had a need to have Steam games. So when Valve released their own games, it just went onto their marketplace. And now people who are either buying out games like Epic and are now only exclusively releasing them on theirs, it's like, just, let us all have one launcher, because I hate buying a game on Steam, like a Uplay game, and then trying to launch it, and then it requires me to log into Uplay and sync Uplay and then log in through Uplay, and then I can play it. Same with Origin. Battlefield did the same thing with Origin.
It's I'm not going to argue the fact that it sucks and is annoying,
but it's understandable.
But it's also not going to change.
Yeah,
because it's a smart move from them, because as a developer you have to pay Steam money. You're not actually paying the money to put your game up on their system, but they take part of the sale. So if your game sells on their platform, they take a little portion for themselves, and then you get the remainder.
Yeah.
And if they release their own game on their own platform, they don't have to share that amount with Steam. And it sucks, but that's just the way it's going to be now.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have their own launcher.
It's such a waste of space. At this point now, all I want is someone to create a reliable third-party app that just connects them all. So that way I don't have to worry about having 6 different launchers for games, because I mean, there's the Epic Store, which until like last year didn't have anything on it aside from Paragon, really. You've got Twitch, who's doing that, Discord, who's doing that, Steam, who's doing that, Uplay, Origin,
GOG,
yeah. I'm waiting for Humble Bundle to do it now at this point. I feel like there's another one that I missed.
I'm sure there is.
Probably.
Battle.net, but
Activision is using Battle.net now.
Yeah.
And
which makes sense because they own Blizzard, so might as well.
Activision has stayed out of Blizzard's hair, but have you noticed recently how Activision is very slowly creepy crawling into Blizzard's business now?
Speaking of Blizzard,
good.
Blizzard is trying to clean up their Twitch chat. They are making it a requirement that if you are watching any of their official Twitch channels, Blizzard or the Overwatch channels or the tournament channels that are official channels, they're making it so that you have to sync your Twitch account with Battle.net in order to chat in Twitch. So that if you are breaking any of their terms of service in Battle.net, they can see it in Twitch. So if you're going in there and putting like hate speech in Twitch chat and putting like all any normal crap that trolls put to trigger people, they'll be able to connect that to your Battle.net account and ban your Battle.net account.
Wow.
Because they're going to apply their terms of service to Twitch chat rooms, because you're linking your accounts now, and it's a requirement now. If you don't link your account, that's totally fine, but you can't chat in that Twitch channel.
That's right. I couldn't imagine chatting in a big Twitch channel like that anyway. But
they are never gonna be able to stop the troll.
Well, no, but this is how they stopped it in. They didn't stop it, but this is how they reduced it in some of their other games, is by forcing you to have your Battle.net account linked with all your games, so that they could connect your Battle.net account and shut down your account if you were a quote unquote problem child. Obviously, if you do it once, they'll slap your wrist and tell you to stop, and it's okay. But you have those people that do it constantly. I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's a terrible idea.
Well, yeah, especially
I can see why Blizzard's doing it.
If you can have as many Blizzard accounts as you have email accounts.
Well, yeah, but you can only have your games attached to one.
Oh yeah, but who needs games on those accounts when all you want to do is watch Twitch and then spam troll messaging?
That's true.
It's gonna slow them down. They'll have that crap automated, and they'll be like, I need another Blizzard account.
The only thing this is really gonna do is it's gonna slowly kill their Twitch channels.
Yeah.
Because nobody will go to watch their Twitch because they can't chat unless they link their BattleNet. They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So they're actually, I think they're going to end up shooting themselves in the foot with it.
Then we'll have Blizzard Watch or something where you can watch only Blizzard stuff on only the Blizzard broadcast stuff.
I feel like it's just going to be similar to being a sub to their Twitch channel. You know, putting on sub-only mode where only subs can talk. And that actually costs money. I feel like more people would be willing to connect a BlizzNet account or a BattleNet account if they have one than to try and pay $5 to chat. This is a free alternative to essentially making sub-only mode.
Yeah, but you don't get the emotes and stuff like that. That's still Twitch based.
Oh, so it's not even through Twitch, it's just through the BattleNet launcher?
Yeah, they're putting a lock on the Twitch chat.
Oh, I see. So, like, if you went to twitch.tv/Overwatch or whatever, would it be locked on there as well?
I don't know the inner workings. They don't go into a lot of detail in this thing. They basically just say that the only way you can chat in their Twitch channels is by linking your Twitch account with your BattleNet account.
Interesting.
So that they can monitor the chat logs for term of service violations, things of that nature.
Okay.
And then the last piece of news I have is movie related. So if you're, I don't want to go into too much detail about this because of spoilers and all that good stuff, but there is an awesome movie coming out January 18th, so just 2.5 weeks from now, that I'm excited to make plans to go watch eventually, and that's Glass.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it Sonic the Hedgehog the movie?
I still haven't seen Split.
Have you seen? Oh, you did see Unbreakable, right?
Yes, I did see Unbreakable.
Yeah, see Split. Split's really good. I thought Unbreakable, in my opinion, Unbreakable was my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It was a very good movie.
It was awesome.
Okay, I see.
I don't think so.
Maybe Split's on Amazon.
But yeah, Glass comes out on the 18th. So roughly 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
And I am stoked. All I watched was the teaser trailer, which doesn't say anything. It just shows the main characters. And I have not watched a single trailer since.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, because trailers give away way too much information nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you the whole damn story of the movie in the trailer now.
Well, yeah. They want to show you all the interesting things so you'll come pay the movie price.
That's stupid. That's part of the reason why I don't watch trailers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And if I see the trailers, I usually don't go to the movies to watch them now. I'll wait until they come out to Netflix.
Looks like I can rent What Dreams May Come, but I can't rent Split. I guess that's too new of a movie for it to be on Prime Video. Yeah.
Don't rent What Dreams May Come. Get that thing off of Redbox or something for $1.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because it's good and it's worth a watch, but it's not worth like $4.50. I would not spend $5 on renting that movie because it's gonna make you sad. That movie is just I don't know how to describe it other than like mind-crushingly depressing.
Noted.
But I mean, it's a great movie. It's just, yeah, go in prepared.
I will have a box of tissues and comfort food.
Because I thought it was going to be a serious Robin Williams movie, kind of like I watched. God, there was the serious one where he was a photo developer guy. 1 hour photo. Thank you. That movie was great. That movie was amazing.
Is that what it was called? Is 1 Hour Photo?
One of his serious roles, yeah, 1 Hour Photo was great. That was like a thriller, and that one was really good. But I was all like, "Hey, What Dreams May Come" may be kind of like that. It's kind of like a lighthearted, interesting family drama movie, and it turned out to be like this soul-crushing, depressive movie.
Oh wow. Yeah, just reading the quick little synopsis is like, yeah, that's gonna.
Oh, of 1 Hour Photo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Williams did such a good job. I don't think there was a movie he was in that I didn't enjoy.
I feel there are some comedians that there are some really good comedians that transition from comedy roles to dramatic acting. And I think to myself, why the hell have you not been doing dramatic acting your entire life? Because you are amazing at it. Like Robin Williams is really good. I liked pretty much every dramatic role he's done. I love Jim Carrey's serious roles.
I just recently watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I haven't seen that one,
That one's pretty good. That's on Netflix.
but God, he did this one where he kind of had amnesia. It was like set in like the 1950s. That one was so good. I'm going through his IMDb real quick. The Majestic? Yeah, The Majestic.
Hmm.
That one was really good.
I love Robin Williams movies, so now I'm just looking up all of these to watch later.
Yeah, they're really good.
I wish I was looking up Robin Williams movies right now.
What are you doing instead?
I am looking up Sonic the Hedgehog,
Oh my god.
the movie that's releasing in 2019. Oh, it's so terrible. Plot summary: juvenile delinquent Sonic the Hedgehog and local policeman Tom Wachowski must stop Dr. Eggman from completing his plans for world domination. Please.
Juvenile
please
delinquent?
stop. That is exactly what it says. Have you seen the
Ah.
trailers?
I don't want to.
No,
It sounds
no.
terrible.
No, you've got to watch the trailers for Sonic the Hedgehog. They don't even show Sonic yet because they're still working on
Really?
it. Oh, but you can see his nice toned legs. It's terrifying.
Yikes.
That's
Got any
loud.
more news, Matt?
No, other than the glass thing was the last thing for me. Sorry.
That's all right.
Your turn, dude.
I have one piece of news that I just remembered, and it actually was sparked by the whole Twitch thing and controversy. And apparently, the PewDiePie of Twitch, as I will call him, whose name is Ninja, who got famous for streaming Fortnite,
Ugh.
apparently has begun paying for ads for his New Year's Eve stream. He is having a New Year's Eve stream and has apparently been paying to have ads display that he's having a New Year's Eve stream to try and bring more people to Twitch, which in theory sounds awesome. Kind of, because it might trickle down, it might not, and otherwise it's just this one popular guy who's like, hey, come watch my stream. Like, sure, whatever, New Year's Eve. But these ads have been playing on Twitch. So anyone who has ads on their channel have him advertising his channel on their channel.
Oh, wow. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure there is some kind of breach of terms of service or conditions or something. If anything, it's a breach against a lot of Twitch streamers' own personal channel rules, is to not advertise yourself without their permission. But
It's
it's
just
got
a straight up circumvent of that.
Twitch is
Yeah.
not. Twitch won't do anything about it because he's paying for the advertising time.
Exactly.
So
and
it's
he earns
not.
a lot of revenue.
Yeah, he's not going to get any kind of punishment from the uppers, from the Twitch people coming down.
Right.
You'll get a lot of hate from the Twitch community, but
It's like the same thing with all the cam girls that are on Twitch now, because they changed their terms of service with how much skin can be shown. Apparently, basically, you can be wearing pasties and be fine.
What? When did that change?
Sometime recently, a couple of people were telling me about it, and it honestly, I don't know if it's true to being that extreme, but it honestly sounds about true with the amount of cam girls that are on there in super low cut shirts with push up bras, and that's all they're showing.
Well, yeah, when you got a top down angle, that's all you're advertising.
So it's really sad to see, because there used to be a time where Twitch was against that sort of thing and they were trying to squash that, but then there were people who who were on Twitch who were doing that then started complaining, and I guess maybe like winning lawsuits or something against them. And what makes it even worse is a lot of these people are also advertising their Patreons or other payment services that allow anyone who wants to go subscribe to that to have access to either explicit pictures or completely nude pictures.
Wow.
So,
thumbs down.
Yeah, it's a very sad mess, and it just kind of makes me angrier about the way that these platforms handle themselves, kind of like YouTube and how the adpocalypse and their demonetization of anyone below, what was it, 1,000 subs, 10,000 subs, something like that?
I think it was 10.
Yeah. Like, that I can understand because it eliminates a lot of overhead that they have to take care of, but at the same time, you're basically saying, unless you're popular, you're not worth our time. And now Twitch is saying the same thing, is unless you're pretty or unless you're popular, you're not worth our time.
Hooray, internet.
It sucks, but it's one of those.
What can you do?
Business-wise, it's a smart move. I can't hold that part of it against them. I can call them dick, but it's not going to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If only we were able to incite some form of revolution where we could get 90% of the viewer base on Twitch to stop watching Twitch or doing anything on Twitch. But that's not going to happen because Twitch is established.
Yeah.
That's why platforms like Mixer aren't picking up as much as they want to. For the people that are on, it's great. But, if I were to jump off Twitch now and jump on Mixer, I'm shooting myself in the foot because I'm losing the following I already have for no following on there that will take me just as long to build back up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pardon me.
So there's my news about all the crazy stuff that's going on.
Alrighty. Well, we will slide on out of the depressing Twitch news, and we will slide on into the more exciting segment of email. If you have an email that you want read on the VGB Bitcast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast@vgbits.com. We will read them. Now, we have an email here. Let me pull up the old email account here. This was supposed to be read on last week's podcast, but we did not have a podcast, so therefore it is this week's. Subject line, of course, as always, email from Mike. He says, let me stop and say, let me remind you, last week we asked a couple of weeks ago, we asked what were games that you were looking forward to in 2019. Here's what Mike had to say. He said, looking forward to quite a few games coming out next year. Kingdom Hearts 3 right at the end of January, Jump Force in February, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and One Piece World Seeker in March. Super hyped for next year. I believe it's going to be even better than this year. Woo! Do you think that it could be better than this year.
I mean, I feel like this year was pretty crappy. Aside from like, what was it, 3 or 4 main titles?
No, this year there's so many games. Man, you need to go play you some Donut County right now.
Is that on the PC or is that on?
It's on PC.
Console? Is it okay?
It's on Steam. That's
Donut
where I got
County.
it. Yeah.
Is this that black hole game?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a fun game.
I actually thought about getting it because I saw that Katamari Damacy finally came out on Steam, and I wanted to replay that. And when you look at Katamari Damacy, you see that Donut County is like #1 recommended similar game.
Because it is very similar to it. By the way, the first 7 minutes, I've just been playing the first 7 minutes of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, is been uploaded to YouTube. Looks like, it's a fan-made movie opening.
Lol.
That's amusing. They have a pretty good Robotnik in there. It looked great. But I don't know. 2019, it's gonna be hard to beat 2018. There's too many good titles that can launch this year.
There's one specific title that does not have a release date, but it is currently anticipated to either be holiday 2019 or Q1 2020, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. And I am hyped for that. I've already got permission from the boss that when it goes on pre-sale, I can spend X number of dollars on a collector's edition.
Ooh,
a collector's edition.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're gonna have, what different versions they're gonna have, but she's given me kind of like, you can spend this much on an edition of the game, and I was all like, okay.
They'll have like 50 different editions of the game, and you can get
No. This is CD Projekt Red, man. Most likely they'll have 2.
What else has CD Projekt Red done?
The Witcher series.
Okay.
They're primarily known almost exclusively for the Witcher series. They've done a couple of other titles, but like 95% of them is Witcher.
So I've never actually played a Witcher game, so I don't know how exciting Cyberpunk 2077, aside from what I've briefly seen in news, is going to be. And I'm willing to buy it when it releases, but at the same time, so many games that have come out have been so disappointing upon release this year.
Hold on. Keep in mind, I have not played Witcher 3, which is highly renowned as the best game of 2017 when it came out.
I believe that to be the case.
That sounds right. The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 literally felt like I was playing a fantasy novel.
2015.
2015?
Yes.
No way.
It's been out for a while.
Yep.
I gotta play that game already. Damn.
Come on, Matt. Do you own it?
Yes.
I do too. I ordered it for the Xbox One.
When I played 1 and 2, like, I've read a lot of sci-fi and a lot of fantasy novels, and playing these games, they didn't feel like playing Dragon Age or feel
started on Origins.
Well, regardless, they didn't feel like playing any Dragon Age title. They didn't feel like playing Elder Scroll. They felt like I was playing through a book as the main character in video game form. They felt so good. The world is just so rich. Oh, it gives me that feeling where now I'm all like, ooh, I gotta probably install Witcher 3 and put that on my, like, one of my next 2 or 3 games to play. But yeah, and so when they announced Cyberpunk, I was like, dude, because I am huge into Cyberpunk and steampunk. Like, my favorite sub genre of D&D is Shadowrun, and it's So I cannot wait. And they released like 40 minutes of gameplay on YouTube, and I did not watch a single second of it because I was like, "Don't worry, I'm sold already. I don't need to watch 40 minutes and have the first 40 minutes of the game spoiled for me. I'd rather just experience it blind."
I would probably pick that up when it releases.
They also said it's probably going to be rated either. It's probably going to be rated adult.
Wow.
Because they said that the game will feature not in a overt like sexual manner, but it will feature story driven full nudity at certain points. Because they're like, when it comes into the game, and like the Witcher series has nude characters in it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're a fairy. Fairies don't wear clothes. Because what the fuck do they care about that kind of shit? They're not embarrassed about their bodies. So stuff like that happens in the Witcher series. And they said it's basically going to be the same thing here. If a character would be nude in a certain situation, then they're going to be naked in the game. That's the way it's going to be. And they don't give a fuck. They're CD Projekt Red. They're going to sell 1 billion copies of this thing. So I'm pretty pumped for that. But that's not. They haven't technically given a release date of 2019 yet. But pretty much everybody assumes holiday 2019 is when it'll come out.
Ooh, that's so long to wait.
Yeah, it's almost a year.
But I'll be out of college.
And then you'll have the time.
That's true.
Yeah, the time between the podcast and D&D and D&D and D&D and D.
You're just going to have to kill off half of your characters that you're playing with and be all like, oh, and then you pick up this thing and everybody died. Game over. All right, see you guys next year.
Oh, no, you unsealed the jar of unsealing. That's a terrible thing to do. Oh, you all
I'll just give them the deck of many things and watch chaos ensue.
It's like, pick all the cards right now. You lose.
Be like, bet you won't.
Oh,
have an NPC that prevents I'll give you 100,000 gold if you pick every single card.
Here comes your pit fiend.
Is it one of
they pull his wish?
Isn't one of them like the destruction of the universe, basically? Like your entire plane of existence ceases to exist?
There are some that immediately kill you.
Yes.
Or theoretically immediately kill you.
Well, it pulls your soul and sticks you in a gym is one of them.
Anyway, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there. Yeah. I can tell you what it is right now.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know what all the deck of many things do?
No.
He likes the surprise. If he ever gets one,
if I ever get one, I'm pulling a card, man. I want to see what the fuck happens.
Oh, good luck. It's mostly bad, not all good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm more than aware that it's probably like 75% at least bad or negative.
Yeah, but knowing your luck, you're gonna pull one of the good cards the first time. Give it to me, and I'm gonna die.
Well, that's why if I pull a good card the first time, we get rid of the deck.
Get a wish spell.
You accept your fate and go, "Way, we were super lucky. Now let's let somebody else kill themselves." Imagine just sitting there being like, "What's this one? What's this one? What's this one? What's this one?"
I'm just Grim is just going to grab all of them at once and just thunk.
Let me just draw the deck. All right. Well, hold on. We got to go through this.
All right. We got more emails?
That is going to be it for the emails this week.
Sad face.
Sad face, but I have considered the 2019 comment, though, being that it's going to be better than 2018. I don't know if it will be. It could be close because there are some interesting games coming out like Biomutant and things of that nature. So
Biomutant did look interesting.
So we will see how 2019 pans out. So I guess we need to go ahead and just throw a question out there for the audience to answer for this week. Don't want to do the typical, how was your Christmas?
But tell us anyway, because we would love to hear.
I guess you could always just let us know if you had a fantastic Christmas or if you had a fantastic Christmas. But let's say we know what games that you're looking forward to in 2019 now. How about
Who's the handsomest VGBits member and why is it Curtis?
You're gonna brush his ego up.
That's if he actually listens to this one. I'm sure he will.
This is tough. What can I throw out to the people this week? We know movies, we know games. Nobody really cares about books anymore.
I mean, this is the last one.
I know it's last of 2018.
We could ask them maybe, I don't know, we could go deep and philosophical and be like, what is the one thing you want to accomplish in 2019?
Oh, what's your New Year's resolution?
And then at the end of next year, we'll be like, so this is what your New Year's resolution was. How did that go?
Yeah, did you succeed? I can already tell you now. No, I did not succeed on my New Year's resolution.
You know what my New Year's resolution is going to be?
What's your New Year's resolution?
That when I finish college, I will start to exercise more to try and lose some weight because I am on the cusp of overweight right now.
Welcome to the club. Boom.
I don't like it.
I live it. It's a long way.
Well, you're getting married. Matt's already married. I got to maintain this image until I am.
Bro, I don't think it would matter.
No, probably not.
Probably doesn't. It doesn't matter. Let's be honest. I was in shape when I got engaged to Cappy, but that shape was round.
The most popular shape, man.
The most popular shape, yes.
Like, I don't want to be muscular, but I would like to not have to upgrade pant sizes every single year. That's where I'm at right now is, 2 years ago, I was 20 pounds lighter and had no trouble. And within those 2 years, I had to buy 2 new sets of pants.
You're like, I just don't want to be out of breath after I tie my shoes.
Seriously. Getting out of bed in the morning is exhausting. I gotta be able to win those free games at Stack Up at PAX.
Oh man,
40 push-ups, man.
All right, what's your 2019 resolution? We're doing it. I could cheat. I'd say, well, what's my New Year's resolution for 2019? Get married. I'm taking care of that in the first third of the year. So, be able to finish the campaign and for Attacking the Darkness and start a custom campaign. That is my goal for the year. Be able to start the custom campaign that I'll be writing for it. So that is my goal for this year.
I've kept my New Year's resolution for over 15 years.
Be awesome.
Not having one?
My resolution a long time ago was never making another New Year's resolution. And it is really easy to keep that one.
He has a streak. All right.
Look at Matt actually keeping his New Year's resolution.
Wow.
Wait, is that a paradox?
Grow more hair.
Grow more hair. It just comes out of the face, the ears, and the nose the older you get. And it comes out less up here.
Mine's all coming out behind. I'm getting a lot on the butt.
I know your pain.
It is hairy back there, dude. Oh my god.
I just had the image or the visual of you saying, Cappy, pull my hair.
It's happened.
Hey, and on that bombshell, this has been the VGBits Bitcast. It's been episode 50. We've done 50 of these things. And it's the end of 2018.
We should skip one more and then 52 will be at PAX.
Nah, we're going to do the celebration of 1 year at PAX. 52.
Actually,
52
great. 53 will be at PAX. That'll be the first one.
First one. It's celebrating 1 year of VGBit podcasting. 51 and 52 will go as planned for the next 2 weeks. Then we will see you at PAX for 53, where we will have a whole bunch of people around to do a whole bunch of weird things. So,
Do you
guys,
guys believe that it's 2 or 3 weeks away? 2.5 weeks?
legitimately, I can't believe that I've done this 50 times. I'm not lying. It is crazy to sit there and think that I have cataloged somewhere between 50 to 150 hours of my life on the internet right now. It blows my mind. But then again, there it is. You can
I don't
see
even
it
want
all.
to count my YouTube videos and all that shit.
I was just looking up to see how many YouTube videos you had.
I know for VGBits, it's a little over 200.
I still have a bit to go with you, Matt, but I am like 1/3 your total.
What do you mean?
Of how many videos you have? I have 1/3 the amount of videos you have.
I was going off of how long they were.
Oh,
Oh,
hours.
I was curious
like
how many hours of time. Yeah.
Well, now that you've been uploading all of your streams,
Tune in next week where somebody will do the math, but it won't be me.
it won't be me.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Matt, Cody, thanks for joining me this week.
No
Thank you for having
problem.
me.
And we'll see everybody next year on the VGBit Bitcast. Good night, everybody.
Good night.